about you, Daniel, but I'm going to have a drink.
Well, about 1 more mile we can go. We'll be home again.
Why is it the last mile is always the longest?
In my case, it may seem a little long because I'm getting a mite weary. Of course, you're entitled to your own explanation.
Like Shawnee.
What about the one they're chasing?
It's too far away. He sure didn't look like anything I've ever seen before. There's Shawnee, all right.
I wonder why they're ranging so close to the settlement.
It appears they're trying to lift somebody's scalp. Whoever he is, he's just about reached the end of his rope.
They're not wearing paint. It must be some personal matter.
Personal or not, I don't like to see 8 men on one.
Daniel!
It's too late. They're coming.
He's still fighting, or we wouldn't be hearing that kind of yelling.
Ashilia, Hadeko, Hadishna, Ayat, Hats. Kol, Shekas. Looks like we're going to have to wrestle him and take that thing away from him. And then try to convince him we're his friends.
Friend. My name is Zapotek.
He didn't understand the dialects, but he knew what the word friend meant.
I'm glad of that. I'd sure hate to have him for an enemy.
I don't understand it, Daniel. I've never seen anyone dressed like this before.
That's something I aim to ask about. If he lives, which I think is sort of doubtful, he's been shot.
Good heavens. Did all that running and fighting with that wound in his side?
He's got some kind of poultice on there. Still carrying a slug. Looks like it's been in there quite a spell.
He should have been dead long ago. Daniel, what kind of man do we have here?
I don't know. If we can get him home and get that lead out without killing him, maybe we can find out. Let's get him up.
Daniel Boone, what a doer, what a dream come a brewer was Daniel Boone. From a coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippin'est, roaring'est, fighting'est man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. What a boom, what a doer, what a dream come a brewer was he.
Pa'll be surprised that we're having a picnic supper for him.
After eating outside for a week, he'll probably shoot all of us. But that's your responsibility. It was your idea.
Well, you said yourself, given choice, he'd rather live under a tree. It's Pa!
What happened?
Oh, we had a little ruckus with the Shawnee. Clear off that table.
Get the things off. Take them over there, Barma.
You'll take these, son.
Hurry, children.
I'll help you, Daniel.
Sure is a fun little axe, ain't it, Pa?
Give me some hot water.
The kettle's on the fire. Oh, Mima, get some bandages.
How do I look, Ma?
Oh, Israel. Oh, Mima, will you hand me that pan over there? And the bandages, Mima. Oh, Dan, he's barely breathing.
He's breathing all right. I recollect he wasn't breathing much more than this when we found him. And he'd been running for miles.
Running? Injured that way? Oh, that's impossible.
I reckon the rest of it is up to him. You take over, Becky.
Can I help?
No, dear. No, why don't you go in and turn down a bed for him?
What do you make of it, Mingo?
I'm not sure.
Maybe there's something inside that'll give us a hint as to who he is or where he came from. Provided I can get it open. Some sort of green powder.
I see. Maybe that's some ancient medicine, perhaps the source of his strength.
Well, if it is, I want to be sure and get the name of it. Might help me the next time I have a fight with Rebecca.
I got the bed all ready, Ma.
Good, Mima. Dan, let's take him in the house. I think he'd be more comfortable there.
Give me a hand, Mingo.
I'm not so sure that taking him inside is such a good idea.
Oh, Mingo, he's lived through what you and Dan say he has. Taking him in the house isn't going to kill him.
It's not that.
Well, what is it then?
There was a superstition among some of the ancient tribes that to spend the night in a closed room during a time of illness would mean certain death.
That's ridiculous.
Perhaps to you, and maybe not to him.
And besides, what makes you think he belongs to some ancient tribe?
His clothes, for one thing, and that weapon he carries. Daniel, do you remember what was in this vial?
Sort of green powder.
I think it was powdered jade.
I thought jade was a stone.
It is. For centuries, the Spaniards valued this very highly as a cure for pain. The Aztecs carried it even further. They believed that powdered jade taken with water prolonged life indefinitely.
But I thought the Aztecs were a vanished race.
Supposedly, the Spaniards destroyed them 200 years ago. But evidently, some of them survived.
And you really think he's a member of that tribe?
I know it sounds incredible, Rebecca, but an Indian who doesn't look like any other Indian, who outruns and outfights a Shawnee party with a wound that would kill any ordinary man, his clothes, the symbols on that belt, the pictures on his medallion. I've seen drawings that look like that. The Aztecs built temples like this.
He also lived a long, long way away from here. Didn't seem possible one man could travel all that distance alone.
Oh, it's frightening, isn't it?
Well, there's nothing frightening about him.
Look at him. He's not wounded, really. He's not dead. Oh, it's like he's sleeping. And it's like he's not even really here. Dan, he didn't even make a noise when you took that bullet out.
He's just a man, Rebecca. Maybe he's hurt so bad he didn't feel anything. Maybe he'll never feel anything.
Just for a minute there, he didn't seem quite real.
I don't blame you for being frightened, Rebecca. He has me looking over my shoulder, too.
Do you want to bring him in the house, Dan?
What do you think, Bingo?
At the risk of being called superstitious, I say he's better off where he is.
Israel, Mama, come along. It's late and you have chores to do.
I'm gonna stay for a little while. Might be gone in the morning.
Coming, Dan.
Go along, Daniel. I don't mind staying with him.
We've saved his life, providing we have. It sort of makes us responsible for him, doesn't it?
That's Indian thinking, Daniel. All right, supposing we do own him, so to speak. What of it?
Well, I don't figure he walked all the way from Mexico by making a wrong turn somewhere. It's a long way to travel for a man who didn't know what he was going to do when he got where he was going, wherever that is.
And the question is, what is he doing here?
Maybe if he lives, we'll find out.
Israel!
Give me another bucket of water, would you please?
Dan, what is it? What happened?
I don't really know. He doesn't seem hurt.
Powder, it's gone.
Oh, Dan, what can we do?
Did your mama run in the house to get some hot water and some mustard? We'd make him just sick enough to...
Give the boy to me.
Dan.
He will sleep for a short time. Then there will be no more pain.
Oh, Dan, are you sure?
I'm sure, Becky.
When he awakens, no harm will come to him. Now we will talk.
I reckon it's about time.
Centuries ago, this was our home. We Aztecs were a warlike people, and we sought new lands to conquer. When our fathers' fathers left their valley, the sacred image of this sun god was left behind. We conquered lands, and we built great cities. Then the Spaniards came along and destroyed them.
Mingo. Take a look at this.
The story may sound unreal, but this is real enough. It's pure gold.
I must find the ancient valley of my people and return the sun god to them so that they may be strong and proud again. The gods told me I would find you, a great white warrior, tall as a tree. He would be my friend. He would lead me to our valley.
Zapotek, I don't know that valley. And I sure never saw a place that had anything like this laying around.
You will find it for me.
Me?
That's why I am here.
Well, I think maybe your gods was talking about somebody else.
No, you're the one the gods ascribed. 10 times 10 the sun has hurried across the heavens since I left my people. And 10 times 10 again. The gods said I would find the sign. The white warrior would guide my feet. You are the white warrior.
You saw no other white warriors in all the lands you traveled?
No other. But our kind was there. Some greeted me as a brother, others with weapons raised. But you lifted my enemies from me. We will find our valley, by the Mountain of the Cat.
Mountain of the Cat.
I've heard about a place, a mountain, with a rock formation shaped like a panther. How did you come to know of the Mountain of the Cat?
Here is the land of my people. Always toward the rising sun god I traveled, until I came to the great water. Then, into the wind of the north. There were lands there, where the trees grew before your eyes, and lands where no tree or living creature had ever known. A land where the earth itself reached out in hunger. A river that was like the great water itself. Mountains that touched the sky. It was traveled by my people before me, and now I have traveled the same pathway again. There were those who would end my journey, but the gods were by my side. And then I saw the white warrior, and I knew that my journey was nearing its end.
Your valley. The belt says it's near the Mountain of the Cat?
This is the Valley of Fire, beneath the Mountain of the Cat. If we travel along the River of Thunder, we will find it.
Mingo, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That valley you spoke of, if there is such a valley, it could be in the forbidden ground of the Shawnee. No one travels there.
One does not question the gods.
How you got here is a miracle, gods or no gods.
I was a chosen one. Many tried before me. But none had the favor of the gods like Zapotek. None ever found the white warrior.
Zapotek, if the valley of your people is in the forbidden ground of the Shawnee, you're going to need all your strength to reach it.
I have the strength. You have cared for my wound. We must go on.
I reckon a good night's sleep wouldn't hurt. If that sun god has waited a couple of 100 years, I reckon he can wait a while longer.
I will rest now, until the sun sets and rises again. Then we will go.
He's sort of a positive character, isn't he?
Daniel, you're not seriously considering going with him, are you?
Yeah. How much do you know about this forbidden ground, Mingo? Why is it forbidden? How did the superstition start?
Oh, it comes out of an old Indian legend. Supposedly an ancient tribe lived there once. They offended the gods. The gods put a curse on... Of course. Daniel, the sun god, the Aztecs.
It'd be real interesting to fiddle around with that legend.
Yes, and maybe lift the curse.
And it sure would open up a lot of territory.
Aha! Do tell.
I bet you don't believe one word I've been telling you. Maybe you ain't even been listening.
What makes you say a thing like that?
The way you keep looking at me and saying, uh-huh, and do tell.
That ain't very polite of me, is it?
Nope.
Well, I do beg your pardon, Israel. So, what was you saying?
I was saying, about that engine we got to our house.
It seems to me I do recollect something about that.
And he's got this pattern that if you eat enough of it, it'll make you live forever.
Do tell.
There, you done it again.
Oh, it's a bad habit I got, Israel. Now, just go on talking.
So I ate some of it, and it like to have killed me.
Now, that part I do believe.
Well, if you don't believe the rest of it, all you gotta do is ask Mingo or my pa.
And I might do just that. Daniel? Mingo?
You'll tell him it's true, won't you, Pa?
Israel here has been spinning some tall tale about how you got a fellow over to your house. Says he's over 400 years old.
Well, now, Israel, you shouldn't exaggerate like that. I don't figure it could be a day over 300 myself.
That's more like it. 300? Doggone it, Daniel. Ain't it bad enough you got one liar in the family? You see how Israel come by his... Uh-oh.
Looks like we have company.
You know who it is, Daniel?
One in front's dull knife, a Shawnee medicine man. The other three are his brothers.
I wonder what they want.
I think I know. Israel, you stay put. You're ranging kind of far from home, aren't you?
We have come in peace.
I sort of gathered that since you're not bearing arms.
We bring a message for you.
For me personally or for the settlement?
For you.
Wouldn't have anything to do with that little fracas we had yesterday, would it?
Walks at night. Our chief would talk with you.
Well, I reckon he knows where he can find me.
He is very old. His legs are no longer strong. Our camp is not too far away from here. He asks that you come to him.
Well, that's fair enough.
I wonder if the gods told Zapotek about this.
I wouldn't want to bet against it. Keep an eye on Israel. I'll be back shortly.
How long is shortly?
Oh, give me 2 hours by the sun. If I'm not back within, come looking for me.
Pa! 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 Wait for me, Pa! I want to go with Pa!
Now, some other time, Israel. Right now, I'd like to tell you a story about a 500-year-old Indian.
A 500-year-old Indian?
See, I speak the truth. Our chief is old. I will speak for him.
Sounds reasonable.
Arunza. Two days ago, a stranger came among us. He claimed to be of the Aztecs, the ancient ones who lived here in time out of memory.
I know his claims.
He wished to travel south, into our forbidden ground. And when we refused, he fought with us. He wounded many of our warriors.
I expect you did.
We do not wish to have trouble with the whites. That's why we have summoned you, to warn you.
To warn me?
The ancient one said when he went south, you would accompany him.
This stranger told you that I would be here 2 days ago?
He told us.
How do you know it was me?
He knew you. You are the great white warrior. He claims the gods caused him to dream. He claims he saw you in this dream.
So I've been told.
Now, I ask you this. Do you mean to go with him on this journey?
Let me ask you. Will you stop me if I try?
We will stop you.
Why?
It is the forbidden ground. Those who go there die. His son went there and did not return. Other warriors have gone. None have come back. Only one among us has gone there and lived.
I have some sort of suspicion that you might be the one.
I am the one.
How come you came back alive?
My medicine was strong.
The ancient one you speak of, his medicine is strong. His dream was strong. He saw me in that dream. My medicine is strong.
You will not come back.
Walks at night, I will speak with you. There is much game in your forbidden ground. Yet I've seen hunger among your people because they will not hunt there. They take the word of one man that the land is cursed. I will go with Zapotec. This land is the land of his fathers. And I will bring back a token, a golden god to prove that the land's curse has been removed. Your people will prosper. They will hunger no more.
You will not come back.
Bring the god image. I will believe you.
You seem to be making this real personal. So I'll just warn you. Don't crowd me too close.
I'm surprised at Becky ordered, Daniel.
Thanks.
I hear you're planning quite a journey.
Yep.
You know where you're going?
Nope.
Well, you must be going someplace.
Yep.
You got any idea which direction you're headed?
Nope.
Mingo going with you.
Yep.
Daniel Boone, you gonna tell me where you're going? You're gonna let me stand here asking questions of you all day?
Well, if you'd ask the right question, maybe you'd get an answer.
All right. You want to be so blame secretive about it? I ain't gonna ask you no more questions. That's all. Daniel, wouldn't have anything to do with them Shawnee who was here earlier in the day, would it?
Yep. You ready, Becky?
That darn fool. If I had a wife as pretty as Becky, I'd stay home once in a while.
Oh, have you ever noticed how beautiful this valley is?
Noticed it the first time I ever saw it. That's why we settled here.
Then why don't you try staying home more often? You know, you might find you enjoy it. I'm sorry I said that. I didn't mean it. It just sort of snuck out. By the way, you didn't tell me about the Shawnees. What they want?
Well, they said that Zapotec had told them about me 2 days ago. That was before he ever saw me. He also told them I would go with him into the Forbidden Grounds.
I suppose you're going to go and make his prophecy come true.
Looks that way.
He didn't, by any chance, tell them that you'd come back safely.
Guess you didn't get that far.
Wish I could go with you.
You will, someday.
Oh, Dan, is it pretty country?
What little of it I've seen.
And you have to go see what lies beyond.
I reckon I do.
Oh, I wish I'd been born a man so so I could go and explore and open new lands.
I sort of like you just the way you are.
This is the River of Thunder.
The landmark you've been looking for.
The Valley of Fire must be near.
Valley of Fire. Can you think of any place that might inspire that name, Daniel?
No. We'll do better on the other side of the falls. Figure out is why they haven't made some kind of move.
There's nothing to fear. It was in my dream.
There's no harm helping your dream out, little. I'll be back. You won't need those guns. I come in peace. If I'd wished you harm, I could have killed all of you.
As we could have killed you any time during the last 2 days.
I know. That's why I'm here, to try to figure out why you haven't tried.
I had hoped you would heed our warning and turn back.
The only warning I've had has come from you. Walks at night has given his permission.
Walks at night has never been in the forbidden ground.
Now that's what I'm talking about. It seems to me you're more worried that somebody else might go in and come out whole. That way you and your brothers would lose a lot of face.
You said you came here in peace.
I do. I thought a little talk might help.
You've talked enough.
Keep away from those guns. I'm not finished yet. I made a promise to walk tonight, and I aim to keep it.
The gods will kill you.
I'll take my chances. I think I'll just pull your teeth.
That's the end of your river of thunder, Zapotec. Yes, and so far we haven't seen any valley of fire yet.
Listen! The Guardian Eagles. The Valley of Fire lies that way. This is the Valley of Fire.
The Valley of Fire.
Where the demon spirits dwell, in the form of eagles. The gods warn our enemies to stay away. We will not be harmed. This is the home of my fathers. That is the ancient temple of my people. These are the burial mounds.
It's easy to see why they call it the Forbidden Ground. No Indian in his right mind would come within a mile of this place.
What are you doing here?
That's a good question.
Wonder how old these things are.
I wish I'd studied my history more thoroughly. It must be hundreds of years old.
This place gives you an odd feeling. Almost like somebody's watching everything we do.
Yes, the gods of some ancient civilization. You're not getting superstitious on me, are you, Daniel?
Nope. I feel like I'm intruding. Where's Zapotec?
This is the altar of the Ancient Ones. The sun god will be in the shadow of the sacred mountain.
I think we'd better find that sun god.
That was a close one.
This doesn't improve our chances of finding that sun god any. Zapotec. The eagles are gone.
It is a good omen.
Zapotec! Daniel! Look, under the altar rock. A tunnel.
The gods have shown the way.
I'd best go with them, Daniel. That old tunnel looks treacherous.
Zapotec. Walks at night, again I speak with you. There's no curse on this land. Let your people hunt here. Let there be no hunger. I have kept my promise. I brought you the God image. This one of the ancient tribe has given you back your lands.
Live here in peace, as my people did before you. The white warrior that brought me here. See that he gets home safely. Keep well, friend.
Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man. He was brave, he was fearless, and as tough as a mighty oak tree. From the coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippenest, roaringest, fightingest man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man. What a boon, what a doer, what a dream come true.